Marcus Aurelius. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The universe is changing, our life is what our thoughts make it. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. We are too much accustomed to attribute to a single cause that which is the product of several, and the majority of our controversies come from that. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, therefore, guard accordingly, and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. The universal order and the personal order are nothing but different expressions and manifestations of common underlying principle. Very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Time is a sort of river of passing events, and strong is its current. No sooner is a thing brought to sight than it is swept by and another takes its place, and this too will be swept away. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already. Such as are your habitual thoughts, such also will be the character of your mind, for the soul is dyed by the thoughts. Adapt yourself to the things among which your lot has been cast and love sincerely the fellow creatures with whom destiny has ordained that you shall live. When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Nothing has such power to broaden the mind as the ability to investigate systematically and truly all that comes under thy observation in life. Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future, too. Here is the rule to remember in the future: when anything tempts you to be bitter, not, "This is a misfortune," but to bear this worthily as good fortune. A nobleman compares and estimates himself by an idea which is higher than himself, and a mean man, by one lower than himself. The one produces aspiration, the other ambition, which is the way in which a vulgar man aspires. Death is a release from the impressions of the senses, and from desires that make us their puppets, and from the vagaries of the mind, and from the hard service of the flesh. Because your own strength is unequal to the task, do not assume that it is beyond the powers of man. But if anything is within the powers and province of man, believe that it is within your own compass also. Whatever the universal nature assigns to any man at any time is for the good of that man at that time. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. We ought to do good to others as simply as a horse runs, or a bee makes honey, or a vine bears grapes season after season without thinking of the grapes it has borne. Be content with what you are, and wish not change, nor dread your last day, nor long for it. Natural ability without education has more often raised a man to glory and virtue than education without natural ability. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them or learn to bear them. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it in this: you have the power to revoke at any moment. Our life is what our thoughts make it. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine mostly resembles the one I am about to criticize? If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Motivational quotes Marcus Aurelius. We hope for your support in the form of likes and comments. Thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe.